Welcome back to my channel. It has been 3 long weeks, oh my gosh, and so much has happened, but not very much knitting. I was sick for a long time, and yeah, that's about it. Some days I felt like knitting, some days I didn't, so I will show you what I did get done. I also have done my nails because I was watching Ellie of Curio Stitch's latest podcast and was just in awe of her nails, and I was like, I want to do mine again, so I did them. And I also got an Apple Watch because if you follow me on Instagram and watch my Insta stories, I dropped my phone in a field at work, and it was pretty scary. At first I laughed about it, but then I actually started freaking out, and I looked for it for 2 hours before going to the neighbor's house and being like, hey, this is dumb, but can you help me find my phone? It's in that field. So yeah, Apple Watch, I can do this. Yeah. So yeah. Hopefully that never happens again though, because that sucked. Anyway, oh boy, it has been a rough 3 weeks. And I really was stressing a little bit after the first 2 weeks about not filming, but you know, social media is here for us to connect and not here for us to obsess over and plan our life around. So here I am back. Who knows when the next one will be, but that's just what you get. I'm glad for those of you who continue to join me and sit and possibly knit with me and give me an outlet to share my creations with you, because I absolutely love watching everyone else share their creations. So let's jump into it. I have a few finished objects for you. A few you've seen, a few you did not even get the pleasure of seeing them as whips, but that's okay. They're small. Let's see, where do I start? So you did see this pattern before. It is the Moonology socks from Curio Stitches. Disclaimer, this is going to be a very Curio Stitches heavy podcast today because I'm test knitting so many wonderful patterns for her. She has a brilliant mind and her patterns are gorgeous and wonderful. So enjoy this spam. Here are my finished Moonology socks, and I'll show you the front of this pair so that you can get a better representation of the pretty moon phase pattern. I can also show you it better on my Moonology hat, which is another pattern that she is releasing soon, but I'll talk about this later. These socks were knit on 2.5 millimeter needles. I started with 64 stitches, and once I got through about 3/4 of the color work, I realized it wouldn't fit over my foot, so I had to rip back and increase to 72, and I did the color work for that size, which ends up fitting on my foot very well. This is Shadow Wrap heel, which is the first time I've ever tried the Shadow Wrap heel, which I think is my new favorite heel. It's like the Fish Lips Kiss, but you omit a few steps, so it's a little easier and you don't have to count. It is a little tricky because you have to use triple stitches instead of twin stitches, but there's tons of videos out there explaining, there's tutorials and stuff showing you how to do it. It's really easy. It's like memorable. I did it on a train. So yeah, but I noticed that I need a lot of space between my heel and the top of my foot for some reason in the leg, and also my calves are pretty big because I'm a sprinter. So I've got some chonky calves. Anyway, they knit up really fast. I think I knit these in like 3 or 4 days, and that was while going to work as well. Color work for me is super addicting. It's not that I don't take my time and enjoy it. It's so addicting because I enjoy it so much. You get to the next round and then you just want to to get to the next round again and memorize that. So those are my Moonology socks. This pattern released on October 31st. You can get it at CurioStitches.com or at Ravelry under Elspeth Willis, or you can just search Moonology. There's also a knit along going on, I believe, until the end of this month. I could be wrong about that. Yes, the Cal is running until the end of the month. So you can get your sock pattern today and knit along with everyone. It's an awesome pattern. Super fun, pretty quick. Now, the hat. This is knit on 4mm needles, and the cuff, I believe, let me check my notes. I've been keeping my test knit notes on this cute little thingy that I spilled water on. 3.25mm for the ribbing, and then 4mm for the body. And same thing, it just goes so quick. I think I knit this in like 2-3 days, maybe less. I'll put it on. I put a little pom-pom on because I'm all about my pom-poms. But I wear it at work. There's probably hay in it. And the pom-pom's a little messed up because the horses like to like nibble on it and mess with it. So this is my Moonology hat. And I think the whole hat is about 60 grams. So I didn't use too much. It's a DK weight. The black is some natural yarn that I dyed, and then the white is just natural yarn that is undyed. And it's what's left over from my Feline Phantom, and then the unnatural, or the natural undyed is the leftover from my Dead of Night pullover. So just stuff I had in stash. Super easy. I think I had in total 25 grams left of this white, and I used it all while making the pom-pom and everything. So, and I still have some of the black left over. I'm pretty sure I used 43 grams of the black. So 50 grams probably get you enough if you need it for like sewing in the if you want to put a pom-pom on. I use like this is gonna be dumb. I literally use like twine or something. I don't know what I was doing, but it's on there. It's all that matters. Yeah, I literally wear this every day. I love this hat so much. This pattern is releasing on December 1st, so it'll be pretty soon, maybe a couple weeks. And I will be posting links to that on my Instagram, and I will definitely leave links in the description below to all of her websites and pages. Okay, next, I think that's all of my finished objects, but I do have some half finished objects. This sock you've seen before. I was knitting it on our vacation. I finished the ribbing. I'm pretty sure it's 64 stitches. I used 2.5mm needles. Another shadow wrap heel. And I think I did some increases for the calf just because I have chonky calves. But yeah, I was a little worried about the heel just because I figured it would interfere with the striping, but I think it came out fine. It looks good to me. And this is my dollar store yarn that I got. It is Serenity sock, Premier yarns. Let me see. Super fine. It is 50 grams, 230 yards, 50% superwash merino wool, 25% rayon from bamboo, and 25% nylon. And it feels woolly. Like it really feels rusticy, which I like. When I tried this on, I just left it on for a little while. I was knitting and I just had one sock on because it felt nice. And I'm really excited to knit up the other one. I have 6 balls of this, I think 5 now, and this much left over from this, so I could probably get like another full sock, if not like 3/4 of a sock. So I'm pretty sure I could get a full sock of this. Yeah, that is my first hoe. My second hoe is another Curio Stitches pattern. It is the Elle has Ruined socks, and oh my god, these are magnificently gorgeous. They have beads. The pattern is worked on the top of the foot and then on the whole leg, but you don't use beads for the top of the foot. And then after I did the heel, well, it was an afterthought heel actually. This was my first afterthought heel, and that was fun. It was super interesting. Although I did finish the heel before finishing the cuff, just to make sure that I'd be able to get it on my foot because of my weird feet. After putting in my waist yarn for the heel, I did knit one repeat of the pattern without beads, and just so if I wore like my low top chucks, they wouldn't rub the beads. And then I did 6 repeats of the Ruined pattern with beads, and then the cuff, and they're super nice. I'm using this superwash, I think it's merino wool from Hobby Lobby. It's called Aged Gold, and it has a little flecks of purple. I don't know if you can see. It's really pretty. I'll get a close-up of the beads. I used like little iridescent purpley beads. Ugh, they're just gorgeous. This sock pattern will be releasing on December 24th, so it's perfect for your Christmas Eve cast on. And to go along with the socks, she has a pattern for mitts, which are the Elle has Ruined mitts. And I started these 2 days ago and just worked on them a little bit after work every day, and I love it. I'm doing it by the pattern. The cuff is perfect, just long enough so that it doesn't interfere with my watch. And one thing I did differently was I knit up to like just another increase of the thumb, just because I didn't think that it was long enough to go around my thumb, but I think now it is, so I'm gonna put those stitches on hold. And it also has the same little beaded Ruined pattern. I put little black beads on this. I'm using my Bleeding Out colorway that I dyed up for my friend's stag head pullover, and it's just gorgeous. Ugh. The palm doesn't have beads. The mitts pattern will release on December 31st, and they knit up so quick. Like, I literally did this in just a few hours because I've been getting home late. But I'm just blowing through them, and then I think after I knit these, I'm gonna go finish my Elle has Ruined socks and then knit the other mitten. So I will keep everyone updated, hopefully on Instagram, how that's going, because I am so excited for all these little pattern releases. My next whip will not seem like much, but there's a story to it, I guess. So I did one full sleeve of my Moonlit romp, and then it turned out that it was too tight because I did it on the recommended needle size, whereas the body I did not. The body, I totally forgot that you changed to a 4mm needle instead of a US 7, which is what you use on the colorwork. But I totally forgot, and I just kept going with the 7, and I really like the way this fabric feels and drapes, so I left it. But when I picked up for the sleeves, I was like, I guess I want it to be a little bit more of like a, not tighter, but like a more solid fabric, if that makes sense. And then I knit the entire sleeve down to where you do the other color work before the cuff, and I tried it on, and it just was way too tight. Like, I didn't pick up enough stitches on the underarm. The decreases were too fast, too short. I don't know. It was very, you could see my arm through it. It was so tight. So I ripped it back after a day of thinking about it and picked up again with the 7s. And I picked up enough so that I had an extra repeat of this short little colorwork pattern here. And it already feels like it would definitely fit. Like this is, I have usually like 11, 12 inch upper arms. And I like things to be a little looser just because I don't like things to be like squeezing me. I want to be comfy. I don't want to be strangled. So this seems to be working better. So I just have to knit another sleeve, and I hate sleeves, but we'll get through it. We will get through it. I have to catch up to Shy of Witchy Knits. She's like done, I think. Hers is gorgeous. So is Ellie's. We're doing a mini cow. I talked about it last time and probably the time before. So yeah. I'm so excited to wear it too because it's really cool. And I know I've gotten a lot of compliments on it when I take it out and like knit in public with it. So yeah. It's just gonna be super nice to have. And that is my Moonlit Romp. My failure and success, I guess, of my Moonlit Romp. The poor thing. Next, I have finished the body on my Nightbook, and I'm so happy about it. I'm just like, ugh. I put it on a bunch because I just want to like, I know it fits and it feels great, and I just want to wear it. And I almost, when that happened with the Moonlit Romp, I unraveled it, set it aside. Actually, no, I didn't even unravel it by then. I was just like, I'm gonna put this aside and think about it. I grabbed my Nightbook and I was like, I'm just gonna start the sleeves on this instead. And then I'm looking at this giant space where I'm supposed to pick up, and it's like you have to pick up like 7 or something in this giant space, and it's on 3.25 millimeters. Like 7 stitches ain't gonna cut it. So I just put it down. I was like, I'm having such an issue with underarm stitches right now. I'm just gonna work on something else that's like easier to think about. But now that I'm looking at it, there is 2 rows of the main color and then like 1 row of the contrast color and 1 row of the main color again. If I did have to pick up like an excessive amount of stitches and then like decrease them, because I know even if I just go to where the stitches I cast off were and this, I know it will fit my arm. It's just where it stretches so much from when you continue the body. It's just, I usually pick up like 2 or 3 extra stitches in there just to like close that gap because I really hate sewing it in later. But I like to pick up extra stitches and then just decrease them. It's with the stitches from the sleeve so that it's like literally closing the gap. But yeah, that's my rant on sleeves. But man, I just want to finish this so badly. Every time I post about it, everyone loves it. And Unwind Knitwear, her patterns are just incredible. I have actually this sweater here that I wear all the time because it's so soft and it's wool and it's store-bought. But people always ask me if I knit it, and I'm like, no, but I have one that's just as, if not way more intricate that I'm working on, and that's this one. So hopefully someday soon I can wear it. And it's BFL, and I'm just like, I don't know what it is about BFL, but I just love it so much. And I really need to find somewhere to get it. Like non-superwash BFL. I tried to like look online, but I'm not good at that. So I'll just have to keep searching, I guess. Because I have another pattern of hers that I want to make. I have several patterns actually of Unwind Knitwears in my Ravelry cart. I bought her by the campfire shawl or cardigan. I guess it's a cardigan. It's just like knit in the round and then steeked. That's also knit using BFL, so I'm super excited for that one. I really want to make that. I know Kat from Heather and Hops made one. And I think she used the recommended yarn, which I would want to as well. Or at least the same colors, because it's just so beautiful. If you don't know about Unwind Knitwear, her patterns are incredible. And she's like coming out with them so fast, I can't keep up. And which is fine. I will have patterns for years. If I have like at least 6 in my cart right now of hers. There's so much else on the horizon that I can't think about too many new things yet. Okay, I ended up frogging my good old raglan for my nephew. It is completely frogged. I was just looking at it and not feeling the stripes, so I think with this I'm gonna try to, because baby knits are usually knit with like fingering or sock weight and very small needles. Like even the good old raglan uses smaller needles than I would use with this yarn, but I want to use this yarn because it's like, I think it's acrylic and alpaca, and I want something that my sister can just chuck into the wash. Like I don't want her to have to hand wash baby items. She does enough. So I think I'm gonna have to either, I have graph paper, I might just draw up a yoke and like take the measurements from the good old raglan and use that to figure out where to increase and stuff. And I don't know, I want to do a yoke color work, and I'm like sitting here looking at my Maya cardigan and thinking like maybe I can make that work. But I don't know, we'll have to see. I don't know, I'll think of something. Hopefully I can get that out or started something before my next video. We'll see. Speaking of my Maya cardigan, I am so close to being done. Oh my god. I have one whole button band done, and sticking it was so much fun. I took a video. I might upload that as a separate video maybe, just so that this one's not like excessively long, and then post that like right before this one or something. I don't know, maybe like a day before. I don't know, I'll figure it out later. I picked up and started a few rows on my buttonhole band, and I just love it so much. And my buttons came, I got these little wooden buttons with little ferns on them. I don't know if you can see that. Little fern buttons. They're like burned wood, so cute. And then I got this like holly berry like pine cone. Maybe is that holly? Now that I'm looking at it, I don't see any holly leaves, but it's like pretty sparkly pine cones. I'm not too thrilled about the sparkles, but it'll be okay. And that's gonna go on the inside to hold my sticking stitches down. But yeah, there it is. It is gigantic and wonderful and so cozy. I'm gonna put it on. I've been wearing this while I knit. I'll just be sitting on the couch, and this is like on the underneath of my coffee table, so I'll just grab it and throw it on if I get chilly. But it's just so nice. It's so cozy. I haven't sewed in any of the strings yet, except the underarms. I pride myself on my underarms, especially for bottom up. Yes, I'm gonna have to do a video one day of all of my crappy first time sweaters, and the underarms are all exquisite. The rest of it might not be too great, but the underarms, they're legit. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. So cozy. These rats are thirsty. Thirsty babies. Give you a little stand-up view of it. Not that you can see it too well, but so that's my Maya cardigan. Hopefully next time I film it'll be done, which I think is what I said last time, but whatever happens, happens, you know? These tiny little steek stitches, though, scare me. I sewed it on both sides just once. The pattern says to do it twice, but I trust Let Lopi, so it should be fine. I'm not worried about it. But they are very small. And like, I did 5 steeking stitches. The pattern says to do 2. So I feel for the people who did 2. Because, oh my god. No. Especially for a first steeking project, my goodness. Oh, also, the pattern calls for 8 rows of the button band. I did like 14, I think. I just thought the buttons looked better with more space. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, 8 rows would be like to like here, and it's just like enough space for the button, but I might have done too many, but who cares? It'll be nice when it's done. And I think that is my last whip. Last time I filmed, I totally forgot to show you some more yarn that I got in Philly that I completely forgot about because it wasn't at a store. It was out of a vending machine. It is the Needles yarn by Imani Milan, and it's crazy rainbow colored, which is totally not me, but I'll probably make some socks out of it or something. I back in like 2017 maybe, I saw an interview with her about the vending machines, and I thought that's such a cool idea. And as soon as I saw it, like when I watched the video, I was like, there's no way I'll ever get to see this. That's so cool. I wish I could go to one. And that's when we were living in Japan. And then, of course, we're walking around South Philly, and I just see this giant pink flashing rectangle, and I knew exactly what it was, so I ran up to it. All my friends that I was with were like, what are you doing? And then they come over and they're like, why is there yarn in this vending machine? And I'm like screaming and jumping up and down because I knew exactly what it was, and I was so excited, and I was like, I gotta buy it now. So I bought this colorway, which is Wedgwood, and recently she posted on her Instagram, which I will link below, that she's been putting like jewelry and stuff in with the yarn bags, which is awesome. Like, if you don't follow her on Instagram, you need to, because she's amazing. So yeah, she's like so young and has her own business. I'm just in awe. So yeah, this is my Needles yarn, and I'm gonna do something special with it. Probably make some crazy funky socks, or like maybe a cowl would be cool. Like I don't wear rainbow, but I would rock this crazy rainbow. So yeah, that's my one mist yarn addition. I also bought some yarn in the past 3 weeks, last week I think, and I'm super excited about it. I've been waiting for this to drop for so long, and I've been stalking all the posts. It is the Funny Pair Socks Frog and Toad by Knitting Nikabi, and it's just incredible. Ugh. This color is dyed with black walnut, and this color is dyed with marigolds, and they are 50% NSW Cordial and 50% British mohair. I ended up missing the alarm that I had set on my phone to buy these, and noticed at the end of the day that it had come out, and I panicked and went to the website, and there was one left. So I got it, and I'm so happy, and I can't wait to cast them on. Hopefully soon. Ugh. I just can't stop squishing it. It's so nice. And I will be back because I love all of her yellow colors, and I really think that I need a sweater quantity's worth of some nice mustardy yellow. Something a little bit more mustard than my ranunculus, because that's a little on the orange side. I want something a little yellower. Like the... Is it the woolen honey sweater with the little honeycombs? I have that in my Ravelry cart, but I just can't get on board with that much purling. So in the card it stays. Yeah, I'm gonna put this down because I'll just squeeze it forever. Okay, that's it for my yarn. I also got a care package from my friend who I made the Staghead pullover for. Bone disclaimer, I got more bones. And here they are. She dyed them using sumac. She sent me a bunch of sumac to use for dyeing, and I might do just that. I might order some undyed yarn. I have some, but it's superwash, and I don't know if I want to mess with that. Anyway, I don't know what these are. They're little, I think they're deer bones. There's those, and then there's some jaw bones. These are definitely deer. They're so cool, and I don't know if you can tell, but like, I never noticed this before with deer jaws, or the teeth. They have these little bumps. These little, I don't know what that is. I never noticed that before. It's like a little ridge, like an extra little pokey tooth there. So cool. It's on like all the molars. Some of them are broke off. I don't know. Really cool. And I kind of want to just leave this wrapped up and stick it on my shelf. And I also have a raccoon skull that is much smaller than my other raccoon skull. I asked her if it was a raccoon or a cat because I couldn't tell. The other skull that I have has like more defined ridges on the head, and this one is a little slightly smoother. So I was like, maybe it's a little baby or something. And she said it was probably a year or two old. So it's got a lot of missing teeth. He's so cute, and I'm so excited to put him on my shelf next to my other little raccoon. I love this color. Just gorgeous. So yep, those are my new bones. And she also sent me a crap ton of Reese's, because on Halloween all the children took my Reese's, even though I told Tom to put them at the bottom of the bowl. We ran out so quick. But anyway, she sent me Reese's and like some pins and the sumac, of course. So she sent me a no face pin, a little Totoro. I'll get closer. So a little Totoro, the no face, and then this cute little pentacle witchy thing. I also have my Totoro pin that I got at the Ghibli Museum, which we went to, my pizza and my Bonio. I think I got that at the Ghibli Museum too, maybe? Maybe my sister got those. I don't know. This is from Halo. Oh yeah, I cut the sleeves off my vest, and now it's freaking rad. And I have my Whispered Wand pin, Johnny Cupcakes. If you don't know what that is, you should look it up. It's a really cool t-shirt shop. You Can't Sit With Us, my little nesting doll, kitty. Big Death Energy Molly Mock that I got on Etsy. And then my ghost patch, which is terribly sewn on, but we went out the other night and I was like, I'm not gonna not have my ghost patch. Yep, those are my pins. And then the back is System of a Down, because they're my favorite. And my Wifta patch from roller derby. So yeah, that's my freaking sweet jacket. I was really nervous about cutting the sleeves off of this because it was expensive, because it's a Levi's, but it's much better without the sleeves. I just wish it was black. I need a black one. Ugh. I always wanted one of those like black denim jackets with like the gray hoodie attached, like the sleeves attached and the hood. But yeah, one day. This thing rocks. It felt so good to go out with it on. I was like, this is awesome. And oh my god, I forgot a whip. It's not knitting, but I did finally get my Cryptid stitch along stuff in the mail, which didn't end up being the week that I thought it was. It was the week after, but I got it anyway. Started it. Worked on it a teeny little bit, and I haven't really picked it up since because I've been doing a lot of the test knitting stuff. But here it is. And I got the recommended fabric, which is this lovely linen that smells nice because it was hand dyed. And I've got the corner of the thingy started, and my little Mothman. And then here's my needle minder, which is a nesting doll, because I have an obsession with those. I have a few, but I need more. So yeah, linen is ridiculous compared to Ida. I don't know how to say that. But yeah, I had to look up videos on how to cross stitch on linen, because I'm looking at it like this and I have a magnifying glass and my glasses on, and I'm just like, where do I put the needle? So I figured it out, and the back is beautiful. I'm so proud of the back. I don't know what I'm doing, but it looks good to me, so we're going with it. So that's my cryptid stitch along, and I'm probably not going to catch up because this is a lot of stitches. It's so teeny tiny and there's so many of them. But I'm very excited for, I like all the ones that have come out. I think there's like 9 now. I love the Chupacabra with the little bones. I think he has like bones at his feet. And then the Jackalope has a little flower next to it. And of course the Jersey Devil, because Jersey. I'm just so excited. And I really need to work on this more. I love flipping it around. I also got some black Ida cloth. I got a ton. I got so much. Oh, they're big squares. So I can just like cut stuff custom. I wanna make some stuff for my friends. This will definitely not take super long because you can see the squares and they're bigger. That linen is no joke. That thing is gonna take so long, but it will be so enjoyable. The process is just going to be amazing. I can't wait. Super excited to work on that. What else? I'm planning on making the barn door socks for my mom. I haven't decided on yarn yet. Now is not the time. I have some options I've been looking at, but I want to make her those for Christmas. Ooh, I hope I can do it in time. I should start. So many socks, man. And I also want to make the, is it Hydra mitts by Fiber Tales? And I was looking at the pattern. I haven't purchased it yet, but I was looking at like the weight and the yardage needed, and I thought that this alpaca that I got in Buffalo would be perfect for it. It's DK, which is what's called for, 200 yards, and the mitts need 140 to 175, and I think my hands are really long, so I'll probably need the larger size. And I just think this would look absolutely gorgeous with her pattern. And Fiber Tales patterns, I think this would look, it would fit the aesthetic, you know? Like her patterns are always like woodsy and moody and like everything I love. So I don't think I've made anything of hers except that one time I started a Humley base shell and then I ripped it back because I needed those needles, but I'll get to it. I'll get to it eventually. There's so much I want to do, and time. I need more time. But yeah, I think these would be incredible for that pattern. The only thing that I worry about is making mitts with these being used so much and wearing them down, but I think it'll be fine. I just don't want to ruin this yarn by like using my hands a lot. But I think I'll use it when I like go out, which is what I said about the freaking Spiritual Guardians cowl, and I wear that thing every day to work too. It keeps me so soft and snuggly. I wear that and my Moonology hat, and I'm set. I am warm for the 2 hours that it's cold in the morning. But yeah, that I'm planning on doing. And the funny pair of socks. I think that's it. There was some footage that did not get put into the last episode because I figured it would be way too long. Especially way too long of footage that isn't knitting, it's just other stuff. So I was thinking about putting that in at the end of this video, so you can stick around and watch that if you want. It's just like what I didn't show from Philly and New Jersey. And then when we got back from our trip, we went to a pumpkin patch and picked pumpkins, and it was really nice. There were animals and sunflower fields, and it was just really, and oh my gosh, a wildflower field that just went on forever. Oh, I wish I could just lay there and stay for a while. It was so nice. But that is all I have to share with you guys today. Thank you so much for sitting with me and knitting if you have knitting, and listening to me ramble on about all the crazy stuff that I've been doing. Hopefully it won't be 3 more weeks before I see you again, but I'm not making any promises because I do not let social media run my life. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day. Gonna let the past be filled with smoke, and I will try to fix what has been broken, and take this weight off my shoulders, 'cause I know yesterday ain't coming back. I'm gonna let the past stay in the cold. I will listen to the ocean, let its unsaid words be spoken, and I'll let my mind be carried by the waves. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread circle